All right. Ready whenever you are.
How do you do?
Oh boy.
We're about to unfold the story of the son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father. Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you going to do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we've warned you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Bill Evenson.
And I'm Thom Lang, and you join us for minute 9 of 1939's Son of Frankenstein. We get
Frankenstein 3.
the search for Spock.
Yep. Okay,
sure.
We got nothing.
Yeah,
we open with the shot of Igor ducking behind, what was it?
There's some sort of half wall thing. It doesn't even appear to be the same set.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know, I'm sure it was an afterthought.
Yeah,
Because you don't see him and the car in the same shot, so I'm sure it was just added.
interesting. I hadn't thought about that, but I
Like
suppose
the
you're
master
right.
shot, the car pulls up, and there's a cutaway to him against some wall, and the headlights pass across, and he ducks behind this thing.
Yeah,
It's an
Igor
insert.
can't be thrilled about this right now.
Yeah, someone's moving into his digs,
Yep.
basically.
This
Yep.
is where Igor lives.
Has lived, yeah.
But as we'll see, you know, not to spoil this minute, but it looks like there are already some people.
Some people that are
here.
already there, yeah. And we're treated to them unloading the car and bringing the baggage in real time.
Yes, but I'll say this about it: it reminds me of the old Dark House. Like it looks and sounds like that.
Oh,
it seems like the
I
sound
wonder if the
effects
sound effects are probably the
same.
same, yeah.
Lightning and wind sound effects. But what I didn't notice until this moment, just now, I wrote it here, was when they're taking the bags out of the car. The first bag that comes out of the car, it seems like maybe the guy grabs it with his left and moves it
shuffles
to
it
the
over,
right,
yeah.
because it's clearly there's nothing in this
Nothing
bag.
in it, yeah.
It's one of those you're supposed to at least try to pretend like there's some
it's-
weight to these
yeah.
bags. And then I kind of kept my eyes on the bags after that. Nobody's acting like these are heavy bags. They're all empty.
Yeah.
We all know they're empty.
Yeah.
Just get over it.
Yeah, that first guy that sort of looks like Edward Brophy, short, stout guy.
Okay, yeah?
He's clearly not carrying anything
Doesn't care.
heavy at all.
Yeah, this is his job. I got
And he
5
just-
seconds on a Frankenstein film.
Yep.
Can't believe they're making Frankenstein films again. But I gotta fucking carry these bags up the stairs.
Hey, it was
and
a dress extra. So,
and these servants, they take the bags upstairs without Wolf or Elsa or seemingly
anybody
any instruction
telling them,
whatsoever. Yeah, nobody says, oh,
yeah, those go up.
like, what would you do? Like, well, I guess if you were staying at a hotel, if you're staying some places, when they take your
they'll
bags
beg.
and they'll deliver your bag. I don't know. But it just seems like everybody knows exactly what to do. Wolf and Elsa have no idea. Also, there's a lady carrying bags. I just thought I'd point that out.
Oh, she's the one. She's got some lines later on.
She's got some great lines later. Yeah, she's unforgettable later in the
yeah,
film.
whether it's good or not. Yeah,
She knows all the best poems.
She does.
Yep.
Even a man who is
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah,
Pure at
yeah,
heart. Will dig up a body.
something like that.
Smells like a fart. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And the man identified as Benson, he's got some
Oh,
weird.
we've already identified Benson.
Well, he's got this weird umbrella. It's like
Well, he's not Benson yet.
Okay,
so
he's
I'll go
this
with
guy.
you.
He's this guy.
He does have a weird
It's
umbrella.
a weird umbrella. It's like only got 4 spines or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
The
square.
ribs
Sure.
of the bat wing or whatever.
It's square, and
The
he's
bones.
having a hell of a time hanging onto it.
Yes, it's very.
It's very windy.
They really pulled out the big fans.
Yep.
To blow
the
on
big
that
fans
sucker.
and the rain gear is it's,
Sheets of rain.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not fucking around.
Nope, it's an unpleasant night here in
In
Frankenstein.
I don't know where we are. I mean, we left the Frankenstein railway station by car.
We're on the
so we
Frankenstein
had to
estate.
travel some distance by
it's
car.
not within walking distance apparently.
It's not within walking distance.
This is
of
the only.
Frankenstein.
I meant to mention it last week and I forgot. This is the only.
Edit
instance-
Tom. Note for Tom.
Yeah,
edit this into
back
last week.
The only time we see an automobile, I think, in any of these.
Yeah, it's
The
notable.
only indication that this is contemporary
Any of these,
Frankenstein films.
because I know in a couple of years, a couple of movies, there's a carriage.
Yeah, but there's
the next
never
one after that, there's another carriage.
there's never another automobile.
House of Dracula could take place in 2020 for all I know, but I don't see any cars in it.
There's no cars. Yeah, this is the only time they indicate a contemporary setting.
And there's no cars later in this film either?
I don't believe you see it again, no.
In Young Frankenstein, there's a carriage, and he's got his hands out. I don't know.
There's cars, but there's cars in Young Frankenstein.
There are cars? Oh, yes, there are cars in it. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Because that's it's supposed to be
it's supposed to be
contemporary
later.
to 74 when it was.
Well, that's what I think about this one too. Is it's probably contemporary to 39.
Yeah.
So all these things happened with Henry and Elizabeth and the monster, in Maria, and all that happened in Thesiger. Oh, what was his name? Pretorius. In 1911.
Yeah.
It's about Wait. Or something like that.
Well, and that would...
when did people really start driving cars? The teens, I would think.
Yeah.
Or when was the first car?
It's up in the air as to what exactly officially the first car... Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think they were around, but they weren't in widespread use till the teens.
Okay.
When Ford made them affordable.
Mm-hmm, right.
Because prior to that, they'd been sort of a luxury that only the wealthy
Sure. Ford, with his newfangled ideas about how to make things.
Yeah, and his Nazi sympathies and his,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that never hurts. If you really want to be efficient,
right?
Nazis were nothing.
Nothing but they were nothing if they weren't efficient.
The former president of the United States, the most recent president of the United States, said they did some things well.
I guess he's not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Well, follow us on.
Anybody left?
Follow us on what the hell's that? Daily Caller. Follow us on. What is that racist one?
So first time we see what Jack Otterston's expressionistic set. Mm-hmm. I've heard it referred to as a psychological set. I don't know what that means.
Okay, I have some thoughts on that. I do want to just say just before we get the long shot of it, what I'm calling the long shot of it, we see, it's a wider shot. Elsa's reaction, like as soon as she comes in the door, she's like, eesh.
Okay.
And we never really see her. We don't need to, but I guess, but we never see her point of view on it. It's all one way.
Yeah.
There's no.
Well, because it's
that's the fourth. We're the fourth wall. All that shit. Like 2/3 of this room is the stairway, the staircase. It's a big wooden mess.
Planks and
with fucking planks, and
the lighting is weird. So I can't imagine walking up those steps would be easy to see where you're going.
So this shot, it's like set up for this shot.
This wide
it's very.
shot,
It's very.
Well, in that book right there, The Magic Image, they reproduce the original drawings and then compare it to the actual set.
Interesting. When you look at this shot, like 2/3 of it is the stairs, because you've got a big staircase, but you've also got the wall behind it that's completely blank.
Yeah.
So all it is the shadow of the staircase.
Stairs,
So the staircase looks even bigger than it is.
Yeah, and then it winds around, and so the back wall, there's a walkway above it.
Yep, and it's the safest. It's as safe as anything on the Death Star.
Absolutely,
it's got a bar.
Yep.
It's got one piece of wood.
Yep.
So it's like going
perfectly safe for toddlers.
Perfectly safe with no problems. And it's cockeyed too. Like nothing on it seems completely
plumb,
straight.
Yeah, it's all.
When plumb is a good word. I think this, but if we went back and studied it, maybe it is. It's just the angles and the shadows make it look that way. 2/3 of this room, the shadows create like half the set.
You can see out the door. There's at least one of the trees that they pass by on the train.
Oh,
is
really?
Out the door, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same. It pops up a few times, so they made the one prop tree, and we're gonna get.
I'm gonna have to pay more attention. Have you ever made a tree? Because I haven't, so maybe I don't pay attention to prop trees.
As a matter of fact, I have.
Didn't you spend a fair amount of
10 years making trees? Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a description of what you did?
They say only God can make a tree, but I gave him a pretty good run for his money.
You've said that before.
Yeah, I have.
That's one of your...
Well rehearsed.
Do you want to talk about that at all? Like, what? Why were you making trees?
Because I was hired to do.
Okay. For 10 years.
Cannot believe I put up with that for 10 years.
Yeah.
It was a good experience, not 10 years worth.
Okay.
But as a result, now I have work in every Disney park in the world.
Euro Disney has Thom Lang?
Yes. Tokyo Disney does.
Really?
Yep.
So how would we identify a tree that you to... when someone on this podcast goes to Disneyland and they want to take a picture of...
the idea is that you shouldn't be able to identify it
Okay, so if you think it's a tree, but it's actually a fake tree...
It's chiffon.
It's
Okay, well, if you go to California Adventures and you go on the Cars ride...
Okay, what's California Adventures?
It's adjacent to Disneyland. It's like a plaza. And it's
so
like
it's in
across,
Anaheim.
Yeah.
I wonder if they tore that down and they put up that Star Wars park.
No, they tore down another part of it.
Oh, California Adventures, the Cars ride.
Once you're inside...
So I'm sorry, you say the Cars, is this the Pixar movie Cars?
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you're inside in the dark ride part of it, all the trees in there are mine.
Are Langs.
They are.
They're all
some
Lang.
of them have my initials like in the bark pattern.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I like that.
I knew it was going to be under black light, and I wish I still had it. Was this intumescent paint that you can't see under regular light, but it glows under...
Well, if you did that, then they'd obviously complain, right?
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah, okay.
I would have probably been...
Like, why do these all light
serious
up?
Trouble.
Like Thom Lang, Listen to Frankenstein Minute.
Yeah.
This was pre-Frankenstein.
This was 15 years, something like that.
When did you leave that position?
I left in 2017.
And Frankenstein Minute started in 2018. So
yeah. More than you need to know about me.
Love it.
The servants, you can see the servants bringing the luggage up the stairs as another servant comes down the stairs.
Oh.
A matronly,
anybody we know?
A matronly woman that is identified shortly as Amiya!
Matronly is exactly right. That's that word. I don't think I have it here, but
she's not quite Margaret Dumont matronly. Yeah. She's awful close.
Yeah. I mean, she's not
an unattractive
woman.
No.
Yeah, she's probably 10 years younger than the guys doing this podcast, minimum.
Yeah. Well, let's see. She was born in 1874. Emma
my
Dunn.
God, so she's a 211.
And she looks pretty good.
1874. 1939. Can't do it.
Do the math.
So 74, so that's 26 plus 39 is, she's older than me. She's older than me.
She's older
26
than me.
plus 39 is like 71, like 81.
60.
She's 60 years old. She's elderly.
Not only matronly, but elderly. This is Emma Dunn.
Emma Dunn.
Born February 26, 1874.
Oh, I thought you were saying you're done.
Cheshire, England. She died December 14th, 1966 in
Woodland Hills.
Nope, Los Angeles, California
Okay.
at a ripe old age of 92.
Wow.
A few of her credits that are vaguely interesting. The Coens and Kellys in Hollywood, in which Boris Karloff plays himself.
Wow.
Just post-Frankenstein fame showing up in a film where he's enough of a name to play himself.
Yeah, right.
As a cameo. 7 Keys to Bald Paint, which I've never seen. Apparently some
7 Keys to Bald Paint.
Pate. P-A-T-E. Got Nathaniel Hawthorne or something like that.
All right.
I really don't know much about it that I probably should.
It's not pate, is it?
No. Bald pate. It'd be pretty gross. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does. There's a whole mess of Dr. Kildare movies that she's in.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't really care. The Great Dictator.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been after this.
Just slightly after this. Mr. and Mrs. Smith for Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh.
The Monster and the Girl, which is one of those Siodmak brain-swapping extravaganzas that he so loves.
Boy.
And I Married a Witch, which is one of the progenitors of the TV series Bewitched.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's very charming. That and Blythe's Spirit, that would make a great double feature.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did watch Blythe's Spirit as part of Ghost Week. When Dino said that was a triple feature.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered by trying to watch a triple feature, so it took me 5 days to get through 3 movies.
What were the other two?
Topper.
Perfect.
Abbott and Costello.
Oh, Time of Their Lives.
Time of Their Lives. They were all great.
Time of Their Lives is great. And it points out that Bud Abbott was a far better actor than he gets credit for.
Yes. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, he plays 2 different roles in that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
The main role of the psychiatrist in the modern day stuff, he's great.
And that's what most of the movie is. Yeah.
I think he's great. I think he's he could have been a really decent character actor. Easily.
Well, that's an interesting way of putting it, though. I mean, he's still a foil. He's not the...
But he's not the straight man for Luz.
I don't want to trash him. I just think he's never going to be the star.
Oh, no,
he's
no,
not
no,
Karloff.
no. I'm saying he's going to be a good supporting character actor.
Like, had they decided to really call it off and gone their separate ways, Abbott meets Frankenstein would not have been as much fun.
Yeah, no, he could have been a good supporting actor.
Yeah.
But I don't think Lou could carry a film by himself either. And I know this for a fact because I saw the 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock.
Okay, that's a lot of words. But, I mean, presumably Costello goes with someone else. He's always got a foil.
He's got to have a foil.
Yeah.
Then we were also,
I forgot to say about the staircase. That wall with the shadows and all that. Did Igor take down all those tapestries? Like when we were here last.
Yeah, there was swords all over the place,
everywhere.
and shotguns on the wall.
Shotguns on the wall. Was there shotguns or pistols?
Muskets or pistols or whatever. And,
yeah, there's all kinds of shit
coats
everywhere.
Of arms and shields and
And it's all gone.
He must have hawked it all.
There's a candelabra sort of vaguely next to the stairs. And there's a fireplace over to the left, which is ostensibly throwing these shadows up on the wall, which is great.
There are some cool lighting effects.
There's some cool lighting effects. And I think there's a bare rug or something near the front of the screen. Yeah. But other than that, completely blank.
Igor took it and hawked it.
Okay. And that I really had more to say about that staircase.
Oh, well, sorry. You go right ahead.
All right. At some point I wrote, this is the most black and white movie I've ever seen. I think it just really is a beautiful... This shot sort of exemplifies one of the things that I really love about Son of Frankenstein. The look of it. If you don't like this, you're going to miss something from this movie. That's one of the things that I want to appreciate about
the sets are great, except for the laboratory.
When we get there, I think we'll talk about that. Yeah, absolutely. That's true.
Its photography is different than the previous two films.
Absolutely.
In the way it's lit and such, which is why it kind of leads to the assumption, this was shot in color and printed in black and white. Yeah, which I don't buy that.
I guess that's why I wrote that probably.
It doesn't have the deep blacks and the stark whites that Bride or Frankenstein had, but it does have enough shading and contrast to not appear like color film printed in black and white.
Right. I wrote that the stairs look about as safe as that rope bridge in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah. Or the stairs leading up to Pretorius' apartment, or just as rickety looking.
That's true. Yeah, it's a similar. Although even that is like darker. It's just like scary looking.
But it's the same. 1 2x4 as the banister. And no safety features whatsoever.
Are any of these painted shadows?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
No, it's not that kind of film. It's not made that way.
Right.
It's a different kind of expressionism than what Whale used.
Right. Amelia and Peter just adore each other.
Yeah, I had a note about that. The more adults in movies and TV shows dote on, are amused by, or talk up an annoying kid, the more intensely I loathe both the adult and the child. So, he's precocious. He's not afraid of anything. I hate them both for that.
Okay. I mean, here she says, bless you, which is weird.
Yeah.
That's a
my
weird
little
moment.
Darling. And it's all that.
My little darling. Yeah, she's over
off camera,
the top.
she'd probably get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, and he's dressed up as like a little
Lord
Fauntleroy. Yeah, he's got
Munster,
the little he's got the jacket and the hat, and they take it off him, and then he's got his little shorts and his curls, and
you just fucking want to toss him in the
Shirley Temple
pit.
minus
or
charm.
Jackie Coogan
minus charm.
Minus charm. Yeah.
Do you like Jackie Coogan better?
Yes.
Okay, good.
No, the kid, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I don't know that he did anything between that and the Addams Family.
But 50 years off, and then he came back, and it was fantastic.
No, I've seen him in things. In like his.
So the kid is 1919, 1920, 1922 probably.
21 or 2, yeah.
I don't know.
Or most of the Little Rascals either. They're usually pretty charming and fun.
So more evidence that Donnie Dunnigan in this film is not
misdirected
likable.
Or not. He was miscast is I think the biggest sin. It's not his fault. What does he know? He's 4.
Yeah, that's true. You can't blame a 4-year-old for much.
Roland V. Lee not getting a decent performance out of him, for one, and relying too heavily on him for things that he is not skilled to do.
So that's an interest. Okay, because I was going to pull this up because I just happened to notice a picture of Donnie on Roland V. Lee's lap. I mean, they seem to have a really good working relationship.
Yeah, they seem to have a good rapport. He used it a number of times.
There we go. Yeah. There he is on Roland V's lap with his big headset on. He's
Dr. Dre's.
I was gonna say he's gonna try and he's listening to the storm probably,
probably.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's a complete disaster.
Yeah, it's Lee's fault.
The two things you said simultaneously, relying on him for too much and then not giving him enough direction. Mm-hmm. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I can't blame Donnie.
No, we don't blame Donnie. He was 4. We're not in the habit of blaming 4-year-olds around here.
8-year-olds, dude. We're introduced to the butler, Thomas Benson.
So, by way of introduction, I like that that Amelia and Peter have this profound emotional connection, and then Wolf turns around and says, "I am glad to see you, Benson." Yeah. Almost like he's responding to that, like,
I'm glad. I
like people too.
Yeah,
and he's great. We love Benson.
We love Benson. Edgar Norton.
I love
him in most anything he's appeared in.
Here we go.
Settle in. Born August 11th, 1868 in London, England. Died February 6th, 1953 in
Woodland Hills.
There we go.
California.
Yeah, at the age of 84.
Wow.
120 credits from 1916 to 1948. Amongst them, The Wolfman from 1923. Had no relation. I have no idea. It apparently used the term wolf like someone who is like predatory on women, is what I gather from it. It's a lost film. It's a silent film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what year?
23.
Wow, The Wolfman.
Yeah, it's like how vampire prior to Dracula was used as like a Theta Bera Clara Bow kind of a thing. Yeah. The Man Who Laughs. He's in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
You should. Okay. Behind That Curtain, an early Charlie Chan.
Conrad Veidt is the Man Who Laughs? Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead. What was the other one?
Behind That Curtain, an early Charlie Chan that also has Boris Karloff in it.
Okay.
Most famous for, beyond this, probably Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in 1932. Basically the same role he plays. He's Jekyll's butler.
He's right there.
He is right there.
I like that part. There's a picture of him on the wall.
He's about to stab Karloff with a scalpel.
Scalpel, yeah.
Red-headed Woman with Jean Harlow. Top Hat.
With Astaire and Rogers.
Yep. Dracula's Daughter.
With Bela Lugosi's dummy.
Yep. Man in the Iron Mask for James Whale. A Chump at Oxford with Laurel and Hardy.
Okay.
House of the Seven Gables. Captain Kidd for Roland V. Lee. And The Paradigm Case for Alfred Hitchcock.
Heard of him. He's got a great face.
He's got a great butler face.
He's like a good butler face. Yeah. He's Benson. He's a good Benson mum.
He plays a lot of butlers.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Most of the time you see him, he's a butler. Or like a college professor or something like that.
Felicity, if you still haven't seen the film, he's kind of a pivotal character in some ways later in the film.
Yeah, later on. Why did you single her out?
Because last I heard, she still hadn't seen the film.
It? Oh, for fuck's sake. Send her a copy.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And this is basically the beginning of the domestication of the Frankenstein films.
Okay.
The son in their home with all the family and servants. It's like the Tarzan movies beyond the second or third one, where it's very domestic.
Of the Frankenstein films, did you say?
Yeah, of the series, yeah.
Well, there's some of that, but
more so in this film than any other.
Yes, I mean, and you'll see it again in the next film. Yeah. But then after that, the Frankensteins are barely even relevant to the film. So I'm trying to see what you mean here.
Well, it's just it loses.
Well, there's a lot of domesticity involved in the first. Maybe I'm missing it. That's what a lot happens in the first two films.
You don't see them sit down to breakfast and dinner.
Of course you do. There's two. They have two dogs. I mean, that's a lot of the Kerr at the end of the first film, and
this just seems more like a sitcom family than a Frankenstein family.
Wow, man! And I don't see these coming when we disagree about these films.
That's these zingers.
This is totally in keeping with the way that I picture. Okay, so here's the way I picture things going in the first two films: is there's a bit of a battle, maybe in the first film more. There's a bit of a battle between Henry and that type of environment.
Yeah.
Right. When Kerr's around, he's trying to make it into that kind of a thing. But that happens a lot throughout that film. I don't know.
It doesn't have the same feel. This is more cozy and
the servants and the champagne and all that stuff. It just seems like a lot
but this is the servants.
Rich people living in a castle,
hugging a little kid, and then you got the little kid saying his prayers and blah blah.
I see what you mean
blah,
about that. You just don't like the kid.
No, it just is. I don't know. It lost its sort of gothic edge.
Okay, I'm not letting go of this one. This is good. We're gonna have to talk about this in the coming weeks.
It'll come up a lot.
In my opinion, Wolf is he's not a good father.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, he's not. There's no. Well, I guess there's gonna be a lot of scenes in this with it. In this film, there's gonna be a lot of scenes that are gonna play like a sitcom.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it is 39, so there's no such thing yet.
No, but you mean you'd have
it's like the birth of the sitcom.
Blondie films or
right,
something like that.
True.
And that's kind of what it's starting to feel like.
I get it. I get what you mean. Wolf is not going to let go of this box.
Oh God, no. We got a death grip on that thing. It's like the box at the beginning
Can
of
I take
Young
that
Frankenstein.
for you, sir? Fuck you, he says.
Yeah.
No, but it's good because I think it sets up that anticipation that we talked about. This box is I think maybe been in every scene. No, it wasn't in the first scene with the kid throwing the rock, where he didn't throw the rock.
Or on the train, because he hadn't have it yet.
Oh, that's true. What am I saying? Okay.
But once he gets
the box
it,
keeps.
Once he gets it, he does not. He was probably clutching that thing with white knuckles in that car ride,
and he's not going to let go of it for a while. It's all the next minute. More about the box next week. No, I have nothing to say about the box next week. No. But I think I like that. Just looking at the body language of Rathbone, he stands very erect, and he's got this box, and he's going to hold on to it. And no, just take my coat, and then the coat disappears, and then you just have this sort of
silhouette of it's very sleek and
he looks good in his suit. He wears clothes well, and he looks good, but he's just stoic.
Got that death grip, like I said, like the corpse at the beginning of Young Frankenstein doesn't want to let go.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I didn't. Yeah, I wonder if maybe that influenced.
Because there's a lot of sun in Young Frankenstein.
Is this the first? So. No, this isn't the first time. In fact, just this week, Doc Ivan posted a picture of Gene Wilder's face on Donnie Dunnigan. So there you go. Follow us on.
What do you want? I think it's time to sign up to be a Patreon.
Yeah, we should probably remember to, or we could buy a shirt on Redbubble.
There you go.
You can buy a Donnie Dunnigan shirt,
but make sure it is from us and not from one of the 7 or 8 scalpers that have tried to use the artwork as their own.
It's fucking bizarre.
It's weird.
I'm really glad that you submitted the request, because you pointed out it's got the logo of our podcast and all of the artwork has the Belong Dead logo on it.
Right.
So
it even said in their description.
Oh, really?
Frankenstein Minute,
Yeah, in the headline description.
Yeah, so...
Because they just copied my description.
What happened is, for those listening at home, playing along at home...
Yeah, if you go to frankenminute.redbubble.com, that's our store.
That's our store. And there's the infamous Well Hello Donnie Dunnigan shirt.
Yep.
I got a message from listener Mike Herman who said, hey, someone else is using your stuff.
Right.
What? Did their search Frankenstein Minute, and our stuff comes up, and then there was like 5 other people selling this shirt, the Donnie Dunnigan design.
Yep.
No idea. And then in their description, it said from Frankenstein Minute or Frankenstein Minute podcast. They're all a little bit different, but it still referenced us in it. So I don't know what in the world were you doing that for.
Listen, it happens when you reach the heights that we've reached.
I guess so. I should expect it. We'll be in Mad Magazine before you know it.
Is that how you?
That's my yardstick. There you go. You've made it.
Did you watch Saturday Night Live today?
I haven't watched. Yeah,
they did a whole
section. A whole thing on us.
They did
okay.
The whole opening was all about Frankenstein Minute.
All right.
That's when you hit the big time.
Yeah, then you know you've made it.
Follow us on Redbubble.
Belong dead.